Here we go.
Here we go.
Wednesday night in the room podcast with my camera, Tommy, Shay, your camera, my new co-host in the house, my man.
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you for
My
having
man.
me.
You're a mystery man. A mystery man.
I'm a secretive mystery man. I've been getting told my whole life.
So, my man, I put an ad out, on, see, we have sound. Tommy,
Nice.
I always have
I can hear myself.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. Here
We're
we
in.
go.
All right, my man. It's always a crapshoot in here when we start the show because I edit it and produce it. And now I have a co-host to help me out with the dialogue and keeping people going. So, my man, let's talk about it, bro. I put an ad out, and then you responded, man, and here you are. Talk about how you and I got together on this special first podcast together.
Well, sure. Well, here I am. So we put your ad out. You said you wanted a person who had knowledge of fighting, wasn't necessarily a fighter, wouldn't be so biased, things like that. Figured I'd put myself out there, reach out, sending out an Instagram message. Doesn't take too much effort. Thought you had a good vibe, had a good thing going on here. I've been watching some of your shows, seeing some of my guys on it, and said, seems like the right idea.
Excellent. Well, speaking of guys, you do train at Triforce MMA as far as jiu-jitsu, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
No MMA, just
Nope,
jiu-jitsu?
just jiu-jitsu. I'm the days of getting punched in the face are over.
Well, how long have you been training at Triforce?
About 2 years.
Really?
Yep, 2 years in about September or August.
Where are you as far as belt?
Blue belt, 2 stripes. Yeah, not bad, not bad.
I'm hearing that's like the hardest one because that's the one you drop off or you elevate to the next level, man. Where are you in as far as that game?
So 2 stripes is halfway through. You get 4 stripes on each one. I feel like I'm more of just like a advanced white belt because some of the people in there's a lot of good players in there. And I can understand why people get frustrated with having a blue belt because there's a long road ahead. You haven't been in it too much. You got white belts beating you up. You got upper belts beating you up. Tough life.
Excellent, my man. Well, as far as when I put that ad out and stuff like that, man, would you responded right away. I got, I think like 8 or 9 responds, and they were mostly fighters that wanted to come on.
A lot of fighters watch a show.
Yeah, and they were really cool,
Sure.
I love having them on stuff, but I wanted someone that was kind of neutral, that doesn't fight in MMA.
Nope.
Jiu-jitsu's fine. But MMA, and to be able to talk freely about MMA, and you're not a kid either.
No, I'm not a kid. Surprising, But, I've been a MMA fan for as long as it seems like it's been out. Like we were talking earlier, we used to have black illegal boxes to watch these fights back in the day when they were on pay-per-view. They were $40 a head. Seemed like it was expensive then. So we were watching the Ken Shamrock, the Royce Gracie ones. And ever since then, I've just really had a passion for it, loved it, watched it. I'm a watcher, not much of a doer when it comes to that.
Excellent. Well, as far as local MMA, you have a lot of fighters that at Triforce that fight professionally, amateurs, and some probably just getting ready to get in there for the first time, man.
Some serious prospects.
Now, you train in jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. Walking into a gym like that for the first time, and you get all these killers in there that that you've watched because you've been an MMA fan, man. What's that kind of like?
So a couple of years ago, 6 years ago, started going to watch Cage Titans. One of my buddies, Ryan Reed, he's probably watching this right now, the Marshall Cannabis, what's up? Had some tickets. We were going to see people like Sean Lally and Peter Barrett. He's friends with these kids, so we went and watched those. When I went and saw that, I was really impressed with the local scene. It was really put together well. The show, a lot of guys who I train with now, who are my coaches, were on that show. So the fact that I'm able to train with these guys now is really a treat and a blessing. I walked around to a couple different gyms before I tried to get into Triforce. Not saying anything bad about any of these gyms that are local, but the second I got into Triforce, I knew that I was home. Coach Pete and Coach Keith were just so super warming and helpful, and it's a family environment in there. It's not like a bunch of hotheads trying to hurt you. It's really a nice scene.
Excellent. Well, you mentioned Cage Titans at the beginning. Right now, we're showing some of Cage Titans. They have an event this Saturday.
Always a good show.
Do you have any? Is there any Triforce guys fighting on this card?
Shane Dillahay, I think. Right, he's fighting for the title. I think that's how you say his last name.
He trains out of Triforce.
Yeah.
Didn't he have an armbar at the last time he fought?
Yeah, I think it was a grappling event, and the kid is a muscle horse. So
I think that's one that Andy Kurzankowski had a ref. The announcer ref.
oh yeah, he put his hand in. I remember seeing that. He put his hand out there.
So the funny thing is, because like I never met. What's his name again?
Shane.
I've never met Shane. And
I don't want to butcher his last name. Dillahay, I think it is. It's tough.
That's all
I'm
right.
bad
He'll
with names.
correct us.
Yeah, he will.
But the funny thing is, when I saw the picture, I went, "Hey, look at Kramer with the armbar. Kramer hitting the armbar. He looked just like Kramer on there." The fucking Cage Titan was laughing about it and shit like that. But now he's fighting an MMA fight, correct?
Yeah, he did MMA ones before. What was it?
At I think was it Ammo? He fought 2 at the
yeah,
Ammo
he had a
one.
good one. Yeah, it was a fast one. I can't remember the exact name, but quick win.
And I think he's 1-1 right now. Right?
I'm not sure his record. I remember the only ones that I've seen him fight, which was 2 wins. So
well, he's fighting not Carlos, Jack Congdon, right?
For the title.
For the title,
Yeah.
170 pound title.
Yeah.
So are you seeing him, train right now? Is he getting rounds in front of you, getting ready for that fight?
Probably right this second.
Yeah. Do you at this point, is he like, away from you guys? Like, when did they separate? Like
they separate the white belts. So they stick everyone else on the other side. But the guys who are training for the pro fights, they put in a lot of work. They're kind of off to the side, really focused and doing their things. I mean, the guys will roll and help us out and train with us. But you can tell when the guys are getting ready for their fights.
Let me look at Triforce page because, that's where you're from. And that's where,
that's what I'm
a lot of guys, that's where he's training from. And a lot of fighters are going to be on the CES card. Mm-hmm. Kind of June 17th. I have that flashing on the top here, but
no, that's them right now.
That's them right now. Yeah,
I would have been sitting right there.
That picture was just taken, an hour, half an hour, a couple hours ago.
And I'm here, so I'm not there.
Fuck, man. Yeah, because all right, Tommy, you sacrificed a real good training night tonight because we had to get in here early to set you up.
In the sweat.
That's all right, man. So going forward, you're going to be able to train, and we'll figure it out.
I'll come after training.
Exactly.
I'll be sweaty and stinky. And
that's all right.
My hair won't be as fried as it is right now, but hey,
I have the Triforce guys in here every so often, Doomer and who else do I have? Dion and who else is in
DC
here?
Cormier.
Yeah, Cormier's in here but he doesn't come usually with them. He kind of comes on his own. When he
I was watching that one with the 3 of them sitting in here.
Yeah, Dion, being the pleasure he is, he's like a fucking.
You nudge him to wake him up.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell's going on over there?
Hey, come on, Dion, you're on TV.
It's fucking awesome.
He's Dion. He's probably one of my favorite prospects right now. Just seeing him fight live. I've seen him fight like about 3 times now live, even before I knew him, and I knew that kid was the real deal.
Well, you spoke about, following Dion and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as far as when he's getting, when you go to fights of his,
Mm-hmm.
are you like, where are you?
In the stands.
Yeah.
I'll buy a ticket from him, and I'll just go in the stands.
In the Triforce area? Where they have like, or
it's kind of just everywhere. Yeah. So what is it? It's kind of like general admission on each level over there, right? So it's kind of just whatever level on, sit wherever we want.
It was kind of, I don't know why I even asked that question, but I know Triforce has like their own bleacher section. Like,
I think we were all kind of, not the last one, but the one before. I think it was last summer. There was a good section of us all freaking out, screaming. Dion got dropped, and then, we all kind of clutched our hearts and our purses.
And that was that Cage Titans, or was that at CES?
No, that was Cage Titans. He won the fight.
Yeah, he ended up
good jiu-jitsu.
That kid was a good boxer. That kid was like all stand up.
But then when he wanted to go to the ground, everyone in the place who knew Dion and knows Triforce knows that the jiu-jitsu place.
Yeah, it's like do we know who's Dion fighting this time? Do you know? Is it out of town kind of guy?
Don't know. Yeah, CES. Tell me.
All right, let me get that out. So as far as you train it, I don't want to treat this as an interview because you're
kind
like
of
a co-host.
Kind of like everyone interviewing.
You want to ask me? Oh, I know what I want to ask you.
Interrogation, we'll call it.
When you you answered the call as far as wanting to come on. You mentioned that you had some background in some broadcasting or worked as far as doing, I don't know, podcast interviews or something. So talk about the background.
So I'm old. 40,
old?
40 years old, young, ripe 40, thank goodness. So I wanted to have a background in radio, maybe baseball announcing. This was before podcasts were even a thing. a lot of local radio stuff around here, WAF, WBCN, the stuff we grew up on. DJs were a thing, Opie and Anthony, things like that. The Shock Jock. This was Howard Stern era, you know?
Listen to all the people you're screaming.
Oh, yeah,
man,
right.
fucking
I'm a
A.
name dropper. Ding.
You are 40.
Yeah,
Holy
exactly,
shit.
right? So, you know, life gets in the way. You know, I ran a couple TV stations, local access, government, Nashville, New Hampshire, things like that. I was hanging out with the mayor, falling asleep in the corner, filming these offices, stoned as shit, you know what I mean? With the mayor, you know? So that was pretty fun. Nashville was a big city. It's cool. Like I said, I grew up in that area. But unfortunately, that wasn't paying the bills back then.
Yeah.
It's tough, you know. It's like you said, you know, it's a passion.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
because you love it. It's because you want to do it. It's because you want to get yourself out there. So, you know, I fell back on normal jobs, electricity, cable, casinos, and now I found my way into the cannabis industry. You know, I'm a cannabis advocate for 30 years now. You know, maybe not 30 years, maybe 25.
Yeah.
10 years old.
It's
You know,
a
smoking
difference.
weed. You know, it's a different thing.
Yeah. You
Fight.
can't remember. That's why.
Yeah, right. You know, some kids, you never know. We're in Rhode
30,
Island.
25.
Yeah, yeah. What city are we in Rhode Island? But, you know, I'm in that game right now. I'm a manager over at some dispensaries. You know, I've been a consultant, things like that. I'm just a big time weed head. I'm really passionate about that. And anything anyone asks me about cannabis, let me know. Cannabis and fighting, you know?
Well, you are in the right podcast
Hey.
room, right? Because that was one of the, you know, the reasons why you.
Once I mentioned that to you,
It was
I could
Sal,
see
it's
you
right in.
were into it.
It was like fucking ding.
Yeah, yeah. This guy
But
saying
yeah.
all the words.
Well, when I, you know, put it out there that I needed someone, is like I need someone that's kind of like me that, you know.
You said thick-skinned.
Yeah.
know? That's it. That's me. You know, I'm a ball buster. I work with a bunch of 20-something-year-olds, 30-something-year-olds, which unfortunately I'm not anymore. And you know, you gotta keep it spicy.
So, yeah. So we talked before we went live, and we, you know, we're gonna loosen up. And
This is the
down
first
line.
night you and I have ever met each other.
Exactly. That's fucked up.
Pretty interesting. Right?
That is pretty cool. Like I have fighters that call in for the first time I ever meet them, and like at the end of the conversation, it's like we almost knew each other like before that. It's already kind of taken off like that.
Best friends already.
Well, I can't. I mean, you're a weed smoker and all that.
It brings so many people together.
So you mentioned working for a place. We won't mention the name. We can drop that down the line. Sponsors, opportunities,
Yeah, exactly.
stuff like
Right.
that.
They're not going to give me money.
No. But I go to the dispensary all the time as far as Attleboro because it's right over the line.
Yeah, I live in
there.
Mansfield, so it's right over there. I'm in that
cool.
same area, you know?
I mean, it's a little pricey, but at least I know what I'm getting.
The adult use is pricey. You know, the taxes in Mass, it's 20%. you know?
Yeah.
So I have a medical card, so I've had a medical card for many, many years, and that is certainly the way to go. I would always recommend that.
Now, all right. So I go into a dispensary. Let's say an eighth for me for the adult use is
$60.
Well, I see 49, 55.
Sure. Okay.
But then you add that tax on that $10, $12,
Yeah,
whatever.
20% what
they
it
do.
is. That's a good one.
All right. So I go in there. I buy an eighth for 55. Really good stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it ends up it cost me like 68. Right. Give $1 for a tip. 69.
You're
Maybe
generous.
Yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't fucking.
They're
They're already
nice.
raping me.
The bud
You know what I mean?
tenders,
Excuse me saying that.
Yeah, exactly. They're helpful.
yeah.
Hopefully, you get a helpful one who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I don't need them. I already know what I want.
That's the thing.
It's already ordered.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get it
You
for
know,
me.
sometimes
like,
they try to tell you their favorite thing, and you're just like, give me
But
weed.
all right, so I pay 68. What would somebody that has the medical card come out of there with?
40.
All right, well,
Yeah.
that's a big fucking. You can buy another one. In
A bunch of shops that I personally go to around where I live just drop their prices down to like 40 and 45.
I'm seeing that a lot.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. Once one place drops it, they're all going to have to because
Yeah.
you can't be the expensive place in the joint.
There's a place in Attleboro that I go. I don't want to mention their names, no sponsors.
Yep.
But because they're like 15 minutes away from my work, I can go.
There's a bunch coming out there.
But another one just opened up
right on Route
half
1
a
there?
block away, right
yeah.
on the fucking corner
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So it was funny because when I saw, I didn't know what they were building, and then all of a sudden it goes coming soon.
Billboards.
Their prices dropped at the place I go. Like I was getting an eighth, like $26, $27.
Especially if it's a deal
Some
of
of
the
it was
day.
good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes they have like a low. Anything under like a 23, 24 is like.
Yeah, and that's
It's all right.
that's probably
but
because you
I
got a high
need-
tolerance.
I need 24
The
above.
THC percentage isn't the end all be all. It helps because it makes it so you don't want to smoke as many more times. You can stay medicated or high as long as you want. But you'll find some smaller THC percentages with some higher terpene profiles that'll really just get your dick hard. You know?
Explain that to me. Like,
Well-
because I'm seeing, all right, dude. Explain that to me because I look for that THC content, like 29. But some of it I've bought 29% doesn't seem like, like the 23 of the other thing.
If I saw something 29%, I would be skeptical and say you're full of shit.
fucking liars.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. The number is it's a marketing scheme. I mean, when you went to your guy 10 years ago, we'll say, did you ask for THC percentages? Did you even ask for a name? No. You asked if he had it, you know?
But now I'm paying double though.
Now we're treated, you know. Now we can get the numbers. Now we know the terpene profile. So you want to know those info.
So what am I looking for when I'm going to buy something? Should I just text you and go, hey,
Sure.
Tommy?
Anytime. You know how many people do that all day? I'm at work. You know, what is this? This strain names. I'm like, I don't know. What are the numbers? You know? But no, I love that. I'm glad to do that anytime for sure.
So what? All right. So what is your perfect weed profile that you think like? All right. I like a kind of half and half kind of guy. So
Well-
if I'm looking for something of that, what am I looking for?
The kind of ones that I like these days are maybe the Brownie Scouts. It's all, you know, as much of a weed professional as I am, the numbers game doesn't really do much. The terpene game doesn't do too much. You know, if I find a weed, it's almost like a beer or it's almost like a pizza. If you don't like it, you finish it and you go get the next one, you know?
And I do that quite
Yeah,
often.
exactly. You're like, oh, this weed's terrible. Oh,
It's
what am I going to do with this
Yeah,
terrible
it's
weed?
like
Throw
I
it
just
out?
bought it. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I got to go through all
Yeah,
this.
now
And I
you
end
gotta
up going to
smoke
buy
all this.
another one
Yeah.
and I mix them up a little bit, try to make them boost up a little bit.
But if you do find bud that you really love, you find the strain, New York Sour Diesel, Gorilla Glue, number 4. Then
like
you,
these names.
yeah, exactly right. Then you potentially go and look and see what the terpene profile, how much linol. I'm going to screw these names up. Then I'm going to try to say the names of the
That's
terpenes
all right.
because
I
they're
can't even
ridiculous.
say your name.
No,
I got
exactly.
lucky the first time.
Exactly, but
I've
these
only
are
said
all-
it once.
Shahood.
Shahood.
But that's what you want to do. You want to find out what terpene profile is in your favorite type of weed and just go for those.
Excellent, my man.
That's an easy answer.
Yeah, I'm going to be texting you a lot.
Sure.
But
We'll go
it's
together.
like- yeah, I never have a couple of times I've had like a problem with the or what I've gotten, but it's
Yeah.
only been a couple of times.
If it's too dry.
See, I don't mind too dry.
Well, you don't want it too wet either.
Because yeah, exactly. I don't like too wet. Dry is all right because I crumple it up and throw it in the bowl anyway.
Yep, enjoy it. It makes it easy.
What I want to get at is before we started the show, I smoked, and I bought an infused. On a 0.5 gram one, right?
Or
And
blunt
you saw me
action.
pull it out, like a fucking old package. I didn't even know how to open the thing. You had to open it. For me. Fucking veteran.
That's what I do.
So we take it out, or I take it out, and like an eighth of it is already missing out of the tip of it.
Yeah,
It's
good
inside
quarter
there.
inch. Yep.
And then like when I take it out, it all falls on your lap anyway. So
Yeah, it's all
you gotta-
shaky.
so just my advice to you when you buy one of these fucking things, we'll talk about it with you and
Pre-rolled blunt.
what comes out of your place. But when you buy one of these, make sure you have like something on you, like an envelope that you could catch like the little crumbs, because them crumbs are very fucking. They're helpful because they have the resin and that
the crystals.
that little
$30 worth of crumbs.
That
going
little
out.
infused shit, you're paying an extra fucking $10 for, $12, $15.
And by infused, you were saying because it had all the THC keep on the outside. It was rolled in THC, so that's really nice. That makes up for that.
And with me, I think being a veteran of the sport here,
That's right.
I just smoked the paper
Yep.
because it had the trick.
That'll do it.
The little crumbs
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there, and I basically got maybe a hit or two out of the pot in there with it. Might have had something mixed in there too.
Probably the whole thing.
But I'll be finishing it off later. So
So will I. After the show,
yeah,
me and you.
exhausted.
Before the show, I'll be sitting like this.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Sipping on my beer.
We'll be fucking smoking vapes down the line. But as far as your place, like, how you don't package it, someone else packages
No,
it.
so I'm a
how-
production supervisor. That means that the second it gets chopped down, I cut it all off the things, put it in a bucket, weigh it out, sift it out. Then once it gets after me, I'll send it to the packagers. I'll send it to the joint rollers, things like that. But it all comes through me. It all gets touched by me. I have to look at it. I give it my monocle look, make sure that it's up to par.
the joint rollers, you have different like.
Oh yeah.
Do they use machines or are they just good? They just
it's
know
like a
what the
knock
fuck-
box, 100 joints at one, fill it up.
Oh, is
Boom.
that right?
Yeah, it's a nice piece. Yeah. Yeah, we got
So
it's a whole thing. You put the weed on top, you pull the thing out.
Employees there, do they get a discount?
Yeah,
What goes on?
yeah,
with
totally discount. Usually at every place that I've worked at, discount 40%. 30%.
Really?
Yeah, if it's our product, they give it to us sometimes for $1. Yeah, the name of the game. That's why I'm there. That's why I'm there.
Dude, listen.
I'll bring you an application tonight.
It's fuck, dude. Yes.
Yeah.
Because listen, I've been in the post office. I'm 55.
Yep.
I've been in the post office 34 years. My daughter's in college right now. I got to go at least another 3 years.
My daughter too.
Yeah, so I got to go another 3 years with her to, to help her out with college, and then after that, I could fucking sail off.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna make me money unless you fucking, you
Hey,
become a star.
sponsor,
and fucking,
let's
sponsors
go.
and shit like that.
Yeah.
We started smoking weed here and fucking reading shit like
Nintendo.
that. You know what I mean?
Sunflower seeds.
So anything.
I love seeds.
Fucking anything to do with munchies and weed.
Right.
So I forgot my I gotta stay in in that profession for another couple, 2, 3, 4 years. I'm definitely working for a fucking dispensary. I don't know what's going to be going on in 4 years in dispensaries and shit.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot changing.
yeah, I don't know what's going to be going on. I could be growing it myself.
I mean, working for the post office, you're probably already shipping some out.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah, things are coming through.
Yeah, you smell it.
I do a lot. You
Yeah.
do smell it in there, and there's been times where packages have torn open.
Yeah.
And
Accidentally.
not everything has made it to its destination.
Like, wow, this smells like a skunk
It's
in
fucking
here.
what the fuck
Yeah.
is going on here?
Better bring this to the car for,
someone rings the
further view.
fire alarm. Fucking
Yeah.
all's good and said and done.
Everyone leaves.
Fucking alibi. I had an alibi. So, anyways, some shit has gone by and it's been open. Like there's been like big amounts,
Sure.
and like the employee will find it, and then they have to bring it to the office or whatever to fucking.
Yeah, it's a whole big deal,
because it's
sure.
a shit show.
Oh,
The
yeah.
post office. It ain't like they're gonna put it on the floor there, and no one's gonna fucking do it. They're gonna get shit going in there.
Yeah,
Get out of
paperwork.
it. Employee takes it, but I've seen some shit come by. I mean, it looks like cow manure. I don't know if it was hemp, if it was CBD.
Remember the disgusting weed we would get 20 years ago? It'd be tied up with ropes. There would be dirt on it. You had to wash off. It had corners
all
because
those
it was a
seeds
brick.
all up the fucking.
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah. It had
Crush
like
them.
long things of hemp right in it. Hey, we're lucky now.
I remember getting like 1 or 2 really good weeds, like that would come around like like lamb's breath or something.
Sure.
That I
I
remember.
think
that.
blueberries was the first real good one that I had that wasn't disgusting when I was like in high school, early high school, and where to this day.
So you're 15 years younger than me.
Yep.
Yeah. Blueberries came when I
Well, when
I was still just excited as you.
when Kind Bud
Believe me.
came out, everyone called it Kind Bud. It was different than the dirt weed.
Yeah, it just
Yep.
started like I don't know what started happening. We started getting like people
Peop-
started learning how to
I
grow
think
a little
people
better.
cared a
The
little
internet,
more. Yeah,
like fucking
yeah,
people
exactly.
starting to learn,
Yeah, the
learn what's
skills
going on
came
out there.
out. I mean, every good weed that I grow in the dispensary, perfect environments, that's the same seed as that shit dirt weed. It's just the way it was grown,
Yeah.
Same fucking seed, same strain, just this one flourished and this one went into the bottom of a bag.
Yeah, they didn't play with it.
No,
they didn't
yep, they just didn't
caress
care.
it,
Yep.
talk to it.
Hey, play
separate
music
it.
to
There's
it.
a whole fucking.
It's a whole thing.
There's a whole thing
Yep.
here. Like
And
I
the
grew
plants,
some at my house, and I was working at a greenhouse on the side, so I
Mhm.
kind of learned how to, make clones and shit
Sure.
like that with it. But man, there's a fucking science to
Oh,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
To fucking
You can do nothing and it'll grow something, and you can do everything and it'll.
We've been like on talking about weed for like a half.
You
hour
knew this
here,
was
man.
gonna be,
Fuck.
Why are your numbers so high on the views?
Fucking
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! That
That's
whole
good.
segment on fucking.
That's what you do.
weed. We'll keep talking about it though. not,
MMA
you
and
know.
weed go together.
Yeah, they're like fighters. That's all they do. Smoke. I
Yep.
don't want to say that's all they do, but
But-
I've smoked with 90%.
Yeah, if they're trying to work on their weight cuts, no cal,
Yeah.
that's a big thing.
And they don't test like my. We'll talk about. Still talking about weed. Weed was legalized in Rhode Island. Everyone must
Yep.
know that. But
This week,
I,
cheers to that.
I don't know what's going to go on with testing. They don't test much. They don't test in cage titans and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
know they do test sometimes at Mohegan Sun because it's the reservation and shit like that. But you could go in there and fucking stone like Nick Diaz from now on. I think maybe
mean,
I don't know.
That's
I know you. I'm only kidding.
no, but you're right because, like you said, if you we wouldn't want to drink before a fight, but if a fighter needs to take a couple puffs to get the edge off, that is not going to affect him physically.
A vape or
Yeah.
something. They
A little edible a couple hours before.
yeah.
That,
Like
you know.
how they.
If you're on medication for anxiety, you're not going to not take it. You're not going to stop your Prozac or whatever prescription for whatever reason, if you're fighting, that'll screw you up.
Yeah.
You know? That'll screw up your shit. You're supposed to take it regularly.
Yeah.
So you're not going to not take your
Definitely.
medicine,
Be
especially
running through that cage, fucking like
not having a good time, you know,
yeah,
stressing
no.
out, you know. You might be having a good time.
Take those meds, people. Take those meds.
Take your mental medication. I mean, Mike Tyson, remember back in the day, they would keep his meds from him when he would go for his fight because he needed that shit. So they would not take his meds before he went on his fight and kill his opponent.
Fucking death.
Yeah, we would be watching those pay-per-views back in the 90s.
It.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Exactly. Fucking A, man. Right. I'm listen, I don't have it anymore. I take meds. A small dose because dude,
mental health, man.
Oh my God, ADHD beyond the belief.
I'm unmedicated ADHD, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to always throw those at me at school and tried the meds and things like that. But I'm telling you, cannabis was it for me. Fucking since I was 12 years old.
Yeah, I smoke. See, when I was in school, they didn't know any of that shit. You know what I mean? So I was fucking like.
They didn't have ADD back then.
Yeah, it's like fucking everyone had it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did have it. That's the thing.
And I got by fine.
Sure. Absolutely.
I played drum. Like I don't know. I played drums for like 25 years.
That's an ADD thing.
I don't know how though. I don't know how I like remembered things because I like
do you
just
know
want
music?
to run to the next fucking thing. You
You're
know,
like a music theory kind of guy.
No, it's more like I was self-taught.
Yeah.
And I played in a lot of original bands and heavy bands and just fucking really aggressive shit.
Love that.
That I really didn't have to follow other like drummers.
Yeah, just kind of did your own thing.
Kind of just did my own thing.
That's a lot. I was listening to a show today. It was Jason Ellis' show. He's a skateboarder, a punk guy, crazy tattoos, and he was interviewing the guitar player for Pennywise. You know, I can't remember his name, and they were just saying the same thing. You learn a couple notes, and then you make your own. You know, you do it yourself. It's like painting a picture. People spend a lot of time, and I'm no musician, so you know, I'm pretty much talking on my ass. But you can learn all the notes, you can know all the music theory you want, and do nothing.
We're gonna make you into a rapper or a heavy metal or a
metal.
I'm
a metal guy.
Yeah, we'll have that.
It's been a while since I screamed.
Well, I'll come back.
Couple hours at least.
But you said Pennywise. Do they dress like that? Does a guy dress? No,
I don't think so. Not as clowns. You know, that'd be scary. But you know, still fighting and kicking and punching in the pits. So if someone was dressed as a clown, it, you know, might fit. It might fit.
Speaking of metal, I went to my daughter will be 19 in July. She took me to a show, the Meta Cafe, the Meta. It is in Orneyville. And I'm like, we're going to Orneyville? Like, all I can think is hot wieners and then death. You know, down the alleys you get killed.
I used to go to an arcade called the Vault or the Shelter. It was a barcade. I think it was called the Shelter. Sketchy. It seemed like a shelter, let me tell you.
And exactly.
It was wild over there.
It's nice time over there. So we went there and she took me to, she got into it for me. Like I used to, we used to drive around. She was into me playing drums, and I would just play like heavy stuff here and there. Then she just started coming up to me with fucking
bands,
badass stuff. Some of it was kind of like, but some of it was like, this is good. So she took me to a show. I took her to her first fucking concert. It was at the Meta. It was Knock Loose, which really
screaming, heavy guitars, crazy drums.
And my son is 28. Oh, he's 10 years older than her. He showed up at the same fucking show, and it was the best thing. I'm like, the fucking best thing. So heavy metal is in my bones. So
bring everyone together. The family, we encourage music and arts in my family as well. So we love all that. We love all this. We always hear guitars, drums, screaming. I got a drum set in my daughter's bedroom right now. You know.
There you go.
Yeah, she's great.
Speaking of daughter. You're 40 years old. How many children? How old?
So I got one daughter, that's mine, and I got two stepkids.
Oh, cool.
Yep, my youngest two are 12 and 13. Big, beautiful, blended family. You know, we all are doing it the right way, and we really have a great time, and it's a really solid base.
Excellent. Yep. Man, they get into the age to torture you.
You ain't kidding. School's about to be over. My oldest daughter's home from college right now. She might be listening right now. Hey. Clean your room.
She won't. She can tomorrow.
She definitely won't.
Oh, she won't. We're calling her out. Right?
They know that I'm doing this right now. They know that I'm here. Yeah, they're encouraging to me. Excellent. They know that I am passionate about MMA and I'm a talker. You know.
Man, I'm like a little embarrassed. You probably watch the shit and they were probably like, he's fucking sucks, Dad, man. He's fucking spaz, man. He's ADHD.
We're all spazzes, man. I actually watched your shit and I was like, this is my guy. You know.
Cool, man. Well, the big thing is like it's tough to do it alone.
Yeah.
Like we spoke. I got 5 camera angles on you right here, but I have no like. I can't concentrate. Impressive, fuck it. Let me show them right now. I think I showed a couple. So this is Tommy Shea, on his own right here, and then this is the guest angle, both of us right here, and then this is Tommy right on his own. Which once I have someone here that can press buttons, man, who the fuck's talking to me right now? I don't even know what that says. But once I have people to and then I have the Instagram thing here when I go. So I got like all this shit going on.
That's fancy.
I think that's the best view.
Yeah, I was liking this one when I was watching the one with the niece. Yeah, watching the other guys.
That's the one that I don't have to touch anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like it's on you while you're talking, then back to me.
Well, here's the thing. Like the thing I don't like about it is like they already see me enough. So I like to get
pictures
me.
all over.
I like that. Dude, do you know anything about that? I'll show you.
No.
We'll talk about that in a couple. But I will. There's a lot of history there.
Okay.
It's gonna blow your mind because there's things on it that I'll show you in a minute.
Okay. Less gray hair, I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's coming right. Well, I got massive. I'm getting a haircut and fucking.
Went before I went today.
Did you?
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, because I looked at your Instagram. You look like you're a little
looking
fucking
kind of
Grizzly
scummy.
Adams.
I let it go and get so ridiculous. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be on camera. Like I gotta pull myself. Actually, my wife said it. She said you better get your shit together.
This is a big deal, dude.
We're on camera. 1,000 followers. You know what I mean? She's like, you're gonna let 1,000 people see your disgusting beard.
That's fucking awesome. But what was I gonna look at here right here? All right, so we'll go back. No, I wasn't even looking at. I don't even know what I'm looking at. But
probably just us.
But yeah, it's just cool because listen, dude, we want to make this into something fucking good. So
it's getting to be something good, man.
Down the line, I want someone in the corner, Jamie. Jamie, pull that fucking, that wonderful beam for the
Jamie though.
So because I had I had the fucking. What do I have here? Oh, one thing we have to bring up, my man. Just to get off the weed subject, because your kids are watching.
What?
Shit, by the way.
They know.
Not that, yeah, I think they
know.
do,
They know what my profession.
They're the rollers in the back.
Soon enough, my daughter, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
give me a job, Dad.
Child labor is not as good as it used to be. Let me tell you that.
Awesome. All right, so let me get over here. All right, so I just want to say congratulations to Johnny Depp today. He won his fucking case.
Good for him. Good for him.
Not to get on this big subject right here, but it was a big to-do, man.
Sure.
I was like high in the meme game here.
A lot of memes. A lot of memes.
For a month, my memes are off the chart because I have a page. I don't know if you know. It's Ambassador of the Fighters.
Yeah, I'm on it.
It's like got like 30,000 followers on it.
Maybe I'm not on it.
No, you might not be on it.
Yeah, I'm on a couple of years.
Because I put like it's a shit post.
Rude stuff.
Yeah, it's like
I want to get on that.
Yeah. So I'll turn you on to that. So yeah, it gets a lot of follows and shit. I steal a lot of memes.
Oh yeah,
but I make a lot of my own.
I share a lot of weird things from Reddit. So any weird story that's on mine of like someone getting hit by a fucking car or something, it's probably from that.
It's fucking awesome. Exactly. You know what's funny? I've had people send me shit from Reddit going, Steve, they got your meme on Reddit.
Yeah, right. They think you're on it. Yeah.
I'm not even on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, dude, it's fucking blown up. And I went on there and they drove me off because I was like arguing with everyone.
The internet is a deep, dark place.
Nuts, dude.
It's a deep,
I'm on my
place.
third fucking personal Facebook page.
Oh yeah, I've never been in jail.
Yeah, I'm terrible. Well, here's the history on me because this is our show right now. 2009, I joined Facebook, and then I got into this
late to the game.
Yes, one of my old friends turned me on to. Oh, you're gonna join Facebook?
I was late to the game too. I think
I was married at the time. My wife was like,
exactly.
"You don't need to be on social media." I was like, "You don't need to." Go with your old friends. I'm like, all right.
Old high school girlfriends.
And then I got divorced and I got on Facebook.
Yeah, they got banged all them girls again.
Thank God.
Yeah, exactly.
So because here I am. So anyway, what the hell was I talking about? I lost my fucking train of thought.
Facebook accounts.
Oh, my account. 2009. It was my account with like my family, everything on there. So I started doing this. And when I was doing this, I was like streaming fights and shit like that. Matt Bassett was fighting in UFC. Okay. I streamed his fucking fight for a bar. Right. So I was getting like thrown off Facebook every other week.
Oh, yeah.
So, they hit me. And then, they finally like everything.
3 strikes and you're
out.
Gone.
It was more than 3. They gave me like 25. But I cried like it was 3.
Oh, yeah.
But I got kicked off. So that was 2009. That was I got kicked off in 2018, made another one with another phone. And that one got thrown off.
Jeez, man, you're on the list.
Well, that one got thrown off in November of last year, and now
during the pandemic. That's just mean.
It was all about memes.
Oh yeah,
they would get me on memes, like the bad, not bad memes, but I was sharing memes from other fucking people but I wasn't sharing them from their page. I would share them like on Instagram,
So
and
they
then
were reporting it.
they would be in mine. They fucking tore me up.
That's
They were like, I was like, what? Like that Kyle Westonhouse, a guy.
Oh,
whatever.
that kid who was shooting those people.
Yeah, he was like, I made a meme with him in court crying.
Oh, you
remember?
made it yourself?
I made it when he was crying.
Yeah, the face.
With Joe Rogan interviewing him.
Ah, jeez.
You know what?
Yeah.
And
I think I saw that.
You
Yeah,
probably
that was
did.
yours?
That was the last one. That was the last
And
one.
they pulled that?
What happened was they pulled me and then they put it back up, said, "Oh, your meme doesn't go against."
Yeah, they
But I had
review it.
so many infractions. They went, "Fuck you."
That's weird. Yeah, you were already in probation, so they're like, you
They're
know,
like,
yeah,
get off.
like, get this guy out of here.
I was like, "Oh my god!" So now I'm on my third one, and I don't do anything.
Yeah, try to behave yourself.
All I do is share this podcast,
Yeah, your content.
share, content, other fighters fighting, other people, nothing raunchy. My ambassador page brought it down some.
Yeah, you don't want to get kicked again.
The coolest thing about that is I had another Facebook page, another Facebook profile that was linked to the ambassador page. I would have lost a 30,000 follower one.
Yep.
So I have a phantom
Okay, so a little secret one. They
thing
don't
that
know it's
runs
you.
that.
Yeah, you don't.
If Facebook, I forgot the password, so if Facebook ever updates or anything like that,
Well, you're like one of those guys
I'm
who
done.
like has 10 Facebooks just because they forget their password. You know?
Yeah. Actually,
I'm not
I have to
accepting
go
this.
through Google and search passwords.
They
and
tell
shit
you,
like that.
tell you you're
It's
not
fucking nuts.
getting a Google password reset like that. They will ask you for your blood type.
Everything.
Yeah, they will ask you for your firstborn.
But this ambassador page, if I look, I can't get back on it. But it's all right.
That was what it was like with my Twitter. I had it like on an old Yahoo email, and I try to reactivate it, and they're asking me for like a password for an old email. I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah,
forget
you're
it.
like, forget it. I'll just make a new one.
My Twitter sucks.
Yeah,
so.
it's like in my too. Like I never.
No.
I've had a Twitter for 7 years, and I've seen these same people that have the same Twitter for started with me on Twitter, and they got like 12,000 followers.
Yeah.
But then I look.
It's all shit.
They don't get any
No real
no
content.
play on
Yeah,
it. I'm like,
nothing.
oh, these would you buy these people? I don't know how that
Probably.
works.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot
There
of
is a
fake
lot of
people on Twitter. Social media has not been doing it for me lately. I feel I'm almost like I love the content. I love being up to date with things, but the garbage really just is weighing down on my head.
Well, being a family man
Yeah.
and having kids and stuff, even though some of them are adults now, but still, I'm a victim of it too. It could take over.
It's addictive.
Yes,
I
it's crazy.
found myself staring at my phone all day. I was even just saying today at work, like, I'm getting bad habits here because no one watches us. I'm basically my own boss. So I do a thing and then I stare at my phone for 5 minutes. And I do a thing and I stare at my phone for 5 minutes, especially today coming on the show. I'm like posting the stuff, I want to talk to some people like, hey, I'm going to be in the room tonight,
Well, the thing with me is I run the New England page and not run it. I shouldn't say that. I do most of the content as far as, posting and, the interviews and this podcast and stuff that Lars and Travis do a lot of, write-ups and articles and stuff like that. But I'm always sharing, accomplishments. Like Aaron Ortiz is overseas right
a lot
now
of cool
fighting.
fight stuff.
Yeah. Anyone that has to do with New England MMA, I post, and then I'm always posting the ambassador page. So I'm always on
A lot going on, which is good.
I love it though. It keeps me busy. And
That's
I
the
have
positive stuff that will keep you active.
Yeah. And I stopped shit posting, like you said. It's as far as social media,
It weighs on you.
when I started my new page in, I think it was December, the end of December, just my personal page. I only have, MMA stuff there. No family, nothing there. None of my kids. I don't do any of that.
Right.
And I feel so much better. I can
Lighter.
breathe. Yeah, I'm not arguing with
No,
anyone.
I used to love arguing with people online. I used to start a day saying, you know what, I'm going to pick a fight with someone online. It's so
that
terrible.
was one of the reasons why I lost a couple of that
Exactly.
pages. Because I would say call someone I can't say, oh, I'm on YouTube, a retard. I can't do that on Facebook. I could do that on YouTube.
Yeah, and you're not talking about someone's retarded
No,
kid.
it's
You're
a
saying,
fucking,
yeah.
yes. I made a couple of memes, with an MMA fighter, and said the wrong thing, and then
People get offended.
Yes,
it's
and
tough.
it's
like you said, you're not making fun of someone who has special needs. You're making fun of this one person who's.
I went from getting kicked off Facebook for streaming fights, only doing that, not arguing, to arguing, during like the Trump and
Oh,
the
yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like
A lot of
and
arguing.
I was not even on a side. I would like just post a meme just because I'm an asshole.
Just stirring it up. Yeah, right, exactly. The same weird stuff I post. I post stuff I don't believe,
It wasn't exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was just
Pure
like the fucking,
comedy,
yes.
just to make a rap.
I thought it was hilarious, and I like.
And it probably was. Yeah.
I got killed.
Yeah, comedy
Fucking
these
tortured.
days, people, if you're a stand-up comedian, I guess you get away with it. But people like you and I are not stand-up comedians. They
No.
don't realize that we're being completely sarcastic
Yeah.
and satirical, and nothing really bothers me. So I'm going to say things that don't bother me.
Exactly. They don't know us.
No,
They don't know
no.
like fucking if we're serious or
Yeah.
not.
Or they don't know when we say some sort of slur or something that would offend one team, that we're not being hateful.
Exactly.
I don't have a
It's
hateful bone in my body.
I have no idea
No.
about. He's fucking.
Yeah.
I have no idea about that team. It's like I'm just joking.
No, I used to
It's
like
fine.
to fight people in the streets, and now I don't even want to hurt people's feelings.
I come from not. You're 40. I mean, there's growing up.
Mhm.
There was the shows were still good. There was still some shows there that were kind of fucking on the edge there that could be like.
Like TV shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was Archie Bunker.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was back. You probably watching reruns at that. I don't know if there was that.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm
But
loving that stuff.
I came from that. Like,
Yeah.
so
Pure
I'm
satirical.
I still say shit like that.
Sure.
And it's like.
And saying it completely,
Yeah, it's
making
like,
fun of yourself.
but I have my daughter who's like my meter now. She's
Sure.
like, Dad.
Yeah, my daughter too
I'm
will
like,
give me
like,
that.
will you, I'm like, all right.
But
Well,
also
and then I'm like, why? I got to be like you? I'm me. It's like, well, you're
20
gonna
years
get
younger,
shot,
yeah.
Dad.
These kids, yeah, exactly. Someone's going to come up to you and punch you in the face in the street. That's
And
the
then
thing
I'm
too.
gonna get shot too,
Yeah,
Dad.
and that's the thing too. What was I just saying the other day? I can't even remember the context or anything. But you're allowed to say whatever you want, but someone else is not necessarily allowed to come punch you, but they might.
Yes. I like I don't get in many altercations,
No.
but I do at sometimes because my sarcastic
Mhm.
nature, because I'm a ball buster.
Yeah.
Just
Like you said, sarcastic nature.
yeah, and I'll just give you an example because it just happened last week. I go to I play cards at a local bar every Monday.
Cool.
Every Monday nights, High Low Jack, right? A league, right? So I go to this place. Everyone knows me, stuff. So I walk in one night after the podcast. I sometimes I go there, have a beer after, get something to eat, and go to bed.
Yeah.
So I go there. This was last week, and I go there, and like there's all the seats were taken. It was a Wednesday night. There was karaoke going on or something right there. So I go, and there's one like seat. So I asked the two guys on the side, I go, can I sit here? So there's an old guy on the right. And he's like, oh, yeah, sure. And I said, I knew this guy was going to be in my ear right away. So I'm like, all right, yeah, well, that's the casualties of getting a seat.
At least you got a seat.
Yeah, I go stand. So I sit. But I knew the guy on the left of me because as soon as I sat on the left, I felt the vibe.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So here I am sitting here, and there was fights on, so I put my phone there, and there's basketball on too, but I put the phone there and I'm watching it. Now this guy on the side of me asked me a question. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "What's that?" I said, "Oh, I got, I'm watching a fight."
What are you
there."
watching?
I think Jorgen De Castro or somebody was fighting. One of the guys from here was fighting a big fight. It's like, oh, somebody, one of my guys is fighting tonight, and I was like, oh, he's like, so this guy, like, gets up, stands like up, back in his thing. He's with his wife and
Feeling
like,
annoyed or whatever?
Like,
Yeah.
it was like annoyed or something.
Yep.
Or I think he was getting loosened up in case there was some trouble.
Oh, shit.
with me.
Unless you threw a punch
Like,
or
this
something?
This is what I'm feeling,
Jeez.
right? So he gets up and he sits down, and then all of a sudden, he looks back at me, and this guy, like, gets almost on my lap.
Already on bar stools,
Yeah,
right?
'cause
You're
he's,
at the
like,
bar.
in my face,
Yep.
like, what? And I said, and I made a joke. I said, "What do you want to get on my
You want
lap?"
a sip
I
of
said,
this or something?
Yeah, I said, and I made a joke. The guy was like 65,
Yeah, right.
he didn't know. He's fucking. I said, "What do you want to make?" I said, "Listen, you gave me the seat. Doesn't mean you can lap dance me." That's exactly what I said.
That's a good one. I like that.
That's exactly. Now it comes with. I said, "You gave me the seat. Doesn't mean you can lap dance me." And I don't know if he got it, but this guy just fucking turned around, and I think they might have been friends
They're
or
together.
talking before I got there. And he just turned around and he goes, "You have a problem?"
Oh, my God.
I'm like,
Yeah, right. Here we
I
go.
went-
Here you start thinking to yourself.
I went, "What?" I said, "I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to the old man here." But, and I just looked at him and went, and I saw the eyes.
Yeah, you knew it. Yeah.
And I was just like, you got to be kidding me.
Here we
It's
go.
like, I'm 55. I got to fucking,
Gotta
I
fight
need
a
a fucking
70-year-old.
incredible joke here that fucking Joe Rogan would use. You know what I
Good
mean?
bit, you know?
It was fucking awesome. And then I got to, this is why I don't go out anymore.
Yeah,
You
people
know what I
are
mean?
people are nuts.
But I
People-
handled it
yeah.
I said, no, there's no problem. I said, dude, I'm fucking playing with a guy here, man. This guy was like trying to set, oh no, it's all
Was he,
right.
a
And
lot,
I'm like,
was he a lot younger than guy number
he
one?
was-
Yeah,
this
so
guy
he was
probably
thinking you were.
younger. I think, but he was no fucking, you know. I would
No
have choked.
kid.
I would have put him in a radio
Oh yeah,
choke. Right?
would have been had both of them.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
You should have. You should have.
No, I didn't want to.
No, of course not.
But I can't. 55. I got a great job.
No.
That's things that always
Of
flash
course,
through
of
my
course.
mind is,
Well,
Steve, you got a great job.
'cause-
You're still paying for your daughter's
what happens
fucking
with the
college.
65-year-old guys is they get stabby. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
fight them and they.
I don't know what he's got.
No,
Bought a knife
not
on him.
at all.
Fucking,
He probably had
you know,
one.
his fucking liver. I'm
Probably had a
fucked.
gun.
And it's right here. Boom.
Oh yeah.
You never
Shoot
know.
you in the chest. When he's
Fucking
scared.
one of those little 22s. Fucking boom.
You never know anything these days. I am so happy when I get out of my car and I'm done with the fucking world of the day. You know, I get off my car. I'm glad I'm out of this danger zone in my vehicle and into my house.
See, that's I envy that because I had that, which I didn't have to go out or well, not have to go out. Like I play cards, but I wouldn't have went to this bar if I, you know, was married. I would have went home. I would have drank beers there and fucking, you know, watched the fights on my phone. But I'm 55. I'm single.
Yeah.
And
Going out's
you know,
cool. You know, you said some fights
but
on, some games.
the world's changed.
Oh,
I mean, as
people
far
are
as
nuts.
like
People
everyone's
are
got
all
a chip
pilled
on
out.
their shoulders. It's fucked up.
I think everyone is on pills, so therefore the impulse in their brains make them just go. You know, whatever comes into their mind, they just go. If they're offended, they just go. That guy who was pissed at you, for some reason, he was triggered.
Yeah.
He wanted to fight.
Well, they said like when you're a tough guy,
Yeah.
you're a tough guy. Like everyone, like because they're all older people in there.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I walk in and I'm like fucking hey,
low-key
and then I'm
crowd.
acting like not like I own the place, but I'm just like
I mean,
being
vocal,
myself.
yeah, jump bouncing around,
yeah, I was
having
like,
a good
this guy's
time.
talking about the bit,
Yeah.
about the fights. I said,
People you know.
and I think he might have just got fucking jealous of the, you know, or just like, or felt
Who fucking knows?
I want to fight. But that's what I
Maybe.
got to deal with.
Yeah.
And when I go, not ever, but the places I go.
I thought you were gonna say that you said something here, and then we went there, and he was like, "Oh, I fucking heard you talking about this on
Oh
the show."
no,
Yeah.
dude, you want to get on that? Man.
I bet.
Like as far as like, because I'm in the past, I've pissed fighters off.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like I've pissed them off.
Yeah, you can't be on everyone's side.
Exactly. And I'm a social media whore, as we all know. But I watch things on Facebook every so often, like, and people will tag me or send it to my messenger, like, oh, look what something's, and I see these conversations and shit like that. So then
Talking about you.
or talking about each other, and
Sure.
I bring them up or whatever. Or fighters don't like that, but you're saying that on social media, dude. Like, I'm not gonna bring out like the bad like shit,
No, you're
but
not
you're talking
hateful.
about fights, or I'm trying to get like shit go.
You're trying
There's-
to get the hype up.
Yes, there's fighters like that. You know, there's not many, but there's a few that just like hate my guts.
I bet, man, you put yourself out there. I'm not saying for whatever reason, you're just kind of like a ball busting shit talker, but people,
Yeah.
I could imagine getting mad at this, whatever. You know?
Yeah, like in the past, I've said like matchups or you know, and a lot of it
Your
happened.
picks.
A lot of it happened when I was new to the game.
Mhm.
Like I came in like, you know, if a fight fell through and then they got a guy that was like 6-55 to fight some guy that's undefeated.
I talk a little shit.
Yeah,
you know?
you couldn't got anyone else.
Sure.
Like, and they fucking oh,
It's all part of the game, my goodness.
We got to keep the card going, and I realize that now at the time. But that doesn't make anyone better. It sells the tickets, it keeps the promotion going, but doesn't make this guy fucking. It's just a practice. to
And
him.
negative
You know what I mean?
hype, fight hype, has been around since day one. You know?
Exactly,
Yeah.
and I think the point, like a lot of people thought I was like a whole, like I was gonna be this like fucking like this gentle guy, and I talk shit. Like
Yeah, this is not the time. and
listen,
place.
I talk to these fighters like I talk to my kids or my son. My son's 28. And most of these fighters are younger than fucking
Oh,
my son.
definitely. Oh my god.
So when they do something stupid, I kind of talk to them that way or treat the situation that way. Like,
Yeah,
like
you
what
don't
the
put on
fuck's
your
wrong with you?
mittens and stuff. You know.
Yeah,
you're
it's
just
like, but they take it because it's
egotistical.
at this point, and they're fighters.
Sure, fragile.
And they're also, this is their game. This
Absolutely.
is their livelihood.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
fucking with
Respect
me, you know?
that 100%.
So like to get to that original point about people like
Coming
you know
after you.
coming after
Yep.
me. Fighters have like talk shit when I see. No one has ever, and I go to fights alone all the time. And I'm not calling you on. No one fucking shanked me. or fucking
Remember
crack
he
me
said
in the
this,
back
you
of the
know?
head. If you want to punch me, make sure I see it coming. But
That'd be terrible.
no one's ever whacked me. You
That's
know what I
good.
mean?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm glad for that.
and I haven't like stirred shit up either.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but every so often there's like, I'll say stuff.
Something might come out of your mouth where you're like,
But it's not bad. I'll just be like, someone will like say something that I know they're saying about me, and I'll just fire back like, "What the fuck?" And I'll just like, and then they'll like, "Oh, I guess that's back at me," and like, but
it's all part of the game.
yeah, as long as you're not fucking, it's just
Talking
words.
about bullshit, talking about real personal
no
stuff.
one's taking it that far. Yeah,
Good.
which is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, knock on wood, right? Because
No, I'm not looking
we're
for
gonna
that,
we're gonna turn it up.
Because that's exactly right. That's another reason why I wanted the co-host here and someone that could help me be more neutral in the game. I know you train at Triforce,
and I'm gonna be a homer
but
of those guys.
a
Always.
lot of those guys they have no drama at all.
No
you
drama
know
at
what
all.
I mean?
No.
But I want to be able to talk about their fights freely.
Sure.
If they're fighting someone that's gay, like.
Hey.
If you think it's going to be a problem, hey, we can talk, but we're not going to focus on that. That's going to be real.
We're going to talk about
but
the
I
professional
want to be able to, like, if I bring something up I saw on social media, and then we can fucking look at it here and say, hey, I don't want to dissect people, but we got to come up with content.
Yeah.
So
we got to make it happen.
We're going to be talking about fights and down the line, real,
some of our guys
shit.
lose. Yeah, some of our guys lose fights. We're going to be talking about it.
Why they lost, what they knew, shit like that.
It's a touchy sport, and not everyone's gonna be happy, especially after their fights. There's two dudes in it, and one is gonna lose. One's gonna be pissed, and one's gonna be happy at the end of it.
And one thing I mentioned to you, as far as we mentioned together, is like there's we're just starting here on this podcast, but I need help on the road when I go to fights and stuff like that. I have Travis and Lars. We also have Brendan Boats, who's fighting on the Cage Titans guys. He's nice. 44 years old. This is his second amateur fight, and then he's retiring after this.
Okay. Good for him.
Part of the last one, I do believe. But he writes for us, too. He just hasn't, because he's been on 2 consecutive cards there. But he is the content creator that he goes to gyms. He went to Triforce. He interviewed Pete Jeffries.
Oh, cool.
And
maybe I saw
and
some
John
of
Duman. You might have saw him there. He brought his son there. They train. Bald dude.
Probably.
Probably about your size. What do you? 160?
165-ish.
Yeah, he around your age.
Yep.
Your age.
Yeah, right. Age.
He's your age too. 4 years old.
Weight, all the things.
But he goes. His kind of function and what he wanted to do was go to gyms and just focus on, writing about the gym and maybe fighters there, the coaches and stuff like that.
The atmosphere.
He's done like 4 or 5 of them. It's just he's been fighting now. But then, and he's a family man, a career guy. But down, after this fight, he'll be focusing on that. So we're looking more for, massive content to blow this shit up. We have rankings coming up.
Oh, cool.
That we do. You're going to find all this out. You're
yeah.
going to be talking about
I want it. I want to be in.
So we got rankings coming up. We did them before.
New England MMA rankings?
Yes.
Cool.
We have our own. The website has we have such a data bank out there. People still use Tapology because they have fighters from all regions coming into New
that's
England.
a good one to get the profile of the fighter real quick.
Yeah. Our page actually we have like our fighters, we have their profile, we have videos or any interviews we link to them so people can get to know them. Not that you want to something like that, but a lot of that we have like fight clips that we put up there so people can check it out. So we're kind of the page itself is more of a focal point for New England MMA fighters and to give a database so people go check them out there and not have to go to Tapology. They can get kind of where they rank just in New England. Like our fighters, not with other fighters like New Jersey fighters. We do have a couple that are in our rankings because they have fought.
Yeah, if they fight over here.
Yeah, like Joe Penethale. He's fought 4 times in a row fucking here. Or,
Is he the party? Is that kid?
The party.
Yeah. He beat up my friend Richie, and I was mad at him.
But
he's so good, that kid, the party.
He is. He's just fucking
he's such a talker.
I
I like the heel that he's playing. At first, I didn't like him because he fought my friend Richie and won. So, but I saw a couple other ones, and the kid's good.
Yeah, he's definitely walking the talk here.
Yep.
I thought, no word of a lie, I thought Richie was going to run through him.
Hey, I didn't know much about this kid, so I did too.
And oh my God, he destroyed.
Kid's
Richie.
good. Kid's good. Yep.
And then he took on, Bruno, who's a mad fucking BJJ guy.
Yeah, I was at that one too.
Yeah, and then he fought Lionel, which
I didn't go to that one.
a 5-round fight, and he ended up finishing him.
Oh.
And now he was supposed to fight main event. That fight fell through.
Right, I just heard
Did you
that.
hear anything at all?
I heard that he dropped out, and then you said the other day that the other guy was talking shit online.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. But I didn't hear why or what.
Yeah, I messaged my guys. I don't know if they I didn't check back. Why? Cage Titans had a Table Titans Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sure they went through the whole thing, but I don't even watch my own podcast.
No.
I don't have time to watch it.
I often don't end up watching it too. You know.
I listen to Joe Rogan or something at work or other things through the thing, but
sure, me too.
I don't have time to fucking I don't even watch this just to like chop up shit, you know.
We'll see if I watch any of these.
Oh, I'll watch this tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll watch it. We'll see.
I watch it more for the sound quality
Of course,
and see what I can
the
change
QC
and shit
quality,
like that.
exactly.
But looking at myself and stuff like that. You know.
I mean, you're handsome and all.
I
but
haven't fucking changed an angle in fucking an hour or whatever, and I'm not. I think it's all right here.
perfect.
But I will down the line. We'll get a Jamie in the corner.
Sure.
Your wife wants to come down one.
Yo,
She wants to press a button and like.
she'll be the blunt roller. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's for sure. She'll be glad.
So it's a family affair, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
No shit.
Yeah. Maybe even my fucking daughter, you know, which I never condoned underage drug use, and just like my parents did.
Yeah.
We really can't do anything for it. But you know, when my daughter gets her medical card and is doing everything right in college and fucking working and doing this thing, I say, damn right, you can smoke a little weed. You know, she asked me about it. She knows that it's a safe place. I'm not going to give her a hard time about it. I'm not going to commend her on smoking weed. Oh, congratulations, you know, you're high. But, you know, she knows that. She knows what I do. She knows that I'm passionate. She knows that I'd rather have her do that than drinking, you know?
Yeah. So my son's 28.
Yep.
I've smoked with him since he was like 21,
Sure.
22 years old.
Yep.
What's funny is when I was married, he's from his mom's I was with when we were like kids.
Yep.
So he used to come to the house in Dartmouth a lot when I was married, stay over all the time. I was growing weed in the basement, like mad weed.
Tents and shit.
Oh yeah, like
love
fucking. He didn't even like fucking no. I was growing it outside too because we had a lot of land.
Outside is what I usually do now.
Yeah, it was like
Not even to smoke, just for fun.
yeah. I didn't even like touch them. I watered them every so often,
they
made
get
sure
big.
like that was it. And they were
Yeah, the outside ones, you'll come
I was
back.
like, I gotta find. What am I gonna do? Like everyone's gonna see this thing.
I
It was
used to
like a
I used to
palm
start them
tree.
in the woods, forget about it, go to like my Cape Cod vacations, come back and like, holy
I
shit.
did that too.
Yeah.
Like in the woods, like I would make it like maybe
Yeah.
20 feet away. I could squirt it with the hose and get some water in there or something.
I grew up on the edges of the woods too. The same shit, 100 yards out in the woods.
Fucking just enough.
Yeah.
And my wife would see me coming out of my ex-wife would see me coming out of the woods and go, "You're growing pot again, aren't you?" I'd be like,
No,
"It's not hurting anyone."
that was my dad.
It was
what the fuck you doing
and
out
when
there?
I was growing it in Dartmouth, it was when it was a year or two before it became legal.
Yeah.
Or they let you grow
Decriminalized.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
And I had this big idea. I went back in the weed thing.
Yeah.
I had all land. I had a barn. I was gonna fucking
Was gonna be a thing.
and all health through it's
Life
not
gets in
good.
the way.
Yeah, well, some people not.
When
into
it's so
that.
stigmatized too, it wasn't as easy as
Yes.
right now to fucking have a yard full of weed or a warehouse full of weed.
Yes, and it wasn't as taboo too to fucking like see more people are.
No one gives a shit about
Yes,
it now.
exactly.
They used
you want
to
to grow weed.
yeah.
People grow it for fun, just to see if they can do it.
So in Mass, it's 6 per person, 12 max. You know, so every single person should have 12 fucking weed plants in their yard. Every single person is what I say. You
It's
know?
good for the bees too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but the thing was with that is if your neighbor has a male plant and it pollinates your female plant, and you're fucked. You know, so there's a whole thing.
First time I ever grew weed, right? I was working. Some dude goes, "Hey, dude, I got a couple like plants my buddy gave me. You want to fuck?" I put one. I said, "Yeah, give me one." I put it in my fucking. I didn't know how to.
No.
I just smoked weed, and I was married at the time, so I wasn't smoking as much because I was living in Dartmouth.
Yeah,
I
but
wasn't.
she's not into it.
I wasn't with my buddies here smoking all the time, and she wasn't into
Exactly.
it. Right?
That matters.
So exactly. So it wasn't really huge on YouTube, or I didn't think of going to YouTube at the point in time. It was on
No
YouTube.
one wanted it on their shit yet.
Yes. So I put the plant in the backyard
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden it started growing. And it was like,
Yep.
Then it started growing them little ball.
Yeah, the little
motherfuckers
ball
on it.
boys.
But I didn't know.
Yep.
Like, ooh, look at the buds coming out.
I did the
didn't
same thing
fucking
before.
know.
Yep.
I had no
We
idea.
smoked them shits.
Fuck, I smoked
Did
this
you?
shit.
All
Thinking
dry.
I'm getting high.
Coughing like a motherfucker. I smoked these leaves once off a plant. It didn't even bud yet. I pulled the thing. I was like, yeah. Ridiculous.
I thought I was getting high too.
We probably did just because like the
had-
lack of oxygen, you know?
I hadn't like smoked in a while, so but and then the thing started opening up and it was fucking powder
pollen
everywhere. And then like my buddy, the dude that gave him to me, he threw 3 in his yard. 2 of them were females and 1 of them was the male.
The male
He
fucked
didn't
them
know
up.
either.
Yeah, he kept them all there.
But he goes, "Hey, I got 3 and like 1 is like fucked. 1 is like yours because I brought a picture of it with it.
All the little
And I brought
shoots.
the little buds in,
Yeah.
the little fucking powder in a baggie.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, look at mine." But they were all full of seeds, but it was still weed. It was
Sure.
still buds.
Yeah, the sesame, I think they call that with the seeds. Or it's either with or without the sesame. That's an old school word, but you know.
But I mean, I was like, and it was real weed. I'm
Yeah.
like, what,
Yeah,
am
buds.
what am I doing wrong? And I went on YouTube. He gave me plants the following year, right? I'll tell you a good story. So he gave me plants the following year, and I put them in, and thank God they were fucking females.
Yep.
Because I looked on YouTube now,
Oh yeah.
and they came out. The weed was all right. So listen to this. I was carrying mail in the hood in New Bedford.
Oh, male. I was like male plants.
get
Like, what are we
arrested.
talking about here?
But no, I was a
Yeah,
mailman
yeah, mailman,
at one
exactly.
time in New Bedford, that shithole in New Bedford, right? Because I transferred to Dartmouth from here because I got married and shit like that, and I had to start in the fucking hood. So
Hey, the hood needs mail too.
the hood they love me there. They
Yeah,
fucking love me there.
I used to do cable in the hood, and they love me too.
Yeah,
Everyone loves the cable guy.
They do.
The mail guy.
The fucking mail guy, they love.
You're not going to shoot the cable guy because he's
Not
turning
at
your
all.
fucking TV on.
Fucking not
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah, they love
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cable guy.
I'm bringing your mail first, bro. So I said I got to get fucking seeds, right? So I go to lunch, right? So I'm in the Cumberland Farms eating lunch as a mailman, and I look at they get a High Times magazine.
Oh, nice.
So on the back, inside you can order seeds, right?
Okay, yeah.
So all the seeds, ordered some seeds. I think I had to get I didn't think they were ever gonna come in. They were like overseas. I had to get a fucking
High Times.
I had to get like a money order or something like that, like $65.
Sure, yeah.
I'm like,
this is in the old days, right?
Yeah, it
The
was a
bad
shot.
days. Yeah,
It was a
right?
shot.
Yeah. That's where they sell like that salvia. You can buy that fake weed.
Listen, so Randy Couture was just defending his first UFC. I think it was UFC title, or
Against Chuck?
is it when Randy Couture? Yes, it was against.
Chuck, right?
Was it against Chuck, or was it the second time? Who was he fighting? It wasn't Chuck. It was after Chuck when he had it again.
Tim Sylvia.
No, who retired? I don't know, but anyway, Randy Couture.
Remember he fought Tony, James Tony, the boxer.
Yeah,
and
but
fucking grabbed him out.
yeah, that was
wasn't
it.
that was
But
like
it was
towards
around
the
the same time.
Yeah.
Randy Couture was defending his title. So anyway, I'm in the hood, right? And there's always vacant boxes.
end.
So when I sent in the order form, I put one of the addresses on one of the
Oh, there you go.
vacant boxes, right? I'm gonna get fired. So anyway, weed's legal. So anyway,
Who's gonna fire you? Oh,
listen.
from the post office.
yeah. So anyway, it was a vacant box. So when I wrote to them, I said Randy Couture, right? So I put Randy Couture on the box,
As a
right?
tag, yeah, that's ridiculous.
It was a vacant box,
Mhm.
but if somebody else not on my route when I wasn't there happened to carry, they get Randy Couture, they put it in the box. I was checking that box every day.
That's ridiculous.
2 months went by. Nothing
Oh,
in
man.
that fucking box.
You
man.
must have been sweating.
So no, I started forgetting about it.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you
I
kinda don't
started
care. It's not your
checking it
name
once
or
a
anything,
week,
right?
once
Yeah.
in a week.
Yeah,
and
sure.
all of a sudden one day I check it and there's a fucking envelope in it. I went fucking, and it was like, there it is. And all I felt was like a round capsule in there or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they put in like little slots and
Like
shit.
7
Right?
seeds in there.
Yeah.
I became a fucking weed connoisseur with them 7 seeds,
Oh, yeah.
dude. I was fucking cloning. I had shit growing
That's all you need.
everywhere.
Yep.
I was giving them away. It was like an art to me at that thing.
That's
I like
cool.
knew how to grow. I had like in the woods. I had plants
Yep.
all over the fucking place. And then, the marriage started falling apart, not because of weed, but
Marriage probably helped it. Like,
well, it should have.
Yeah,
I
right.
wanted it to. I wanted to go into business. We'd have a mansion at this point. We were way
you
before
would have
anybody.
been the
Dude.
dispensary owners now. You know what I'm
Fucking
saying?
A,
And
exactly.
those
That was
guys
my
get the big
goal.
bucks.
But
$5 million in overhead.
If you marry someone that's not on the same fucking wavelength.
Sucks.
So anyway, it all went to hell. But I learned how to grow weed and fucking. I was
Get
like
used to it.
I was like one of the. I had. Oh, it was gonna be.
Do you remember the strain names?
It was Northern Lights.
Oh, classic.
And it had something else. And when I grew it, it was amazing.
It was a good one. Yeah.
It was
Anytime Northern Lights
amazing.
was over here, those times it was like the fucking, what do they call that? The fucking unicorn, you know? Something that's rare that no one ever sees. You know,
Yeah, it was like, and it was that potent kind of really beautiful looking weed.
Skunky.
Yes, and like you have a bud of that, people
Mhm.
fucking just crystals all over it. But I did buy weed on the side every so often,
Oh, yeah, good guy.
and there'd be a seed there, and I'd try to grow that,
Yeah.
and I got some amazing
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
weed out of that
Oh,
too.
yeah, the bag
every
weeds.
so often, I'd be like,
Well, that's what we were just saying. The fucking shit seed that comes in your shit bag of weed, it'll grow a nice weed. It's just the way you take care of it.
yes,
You stick it in a box and stick it in a bag. I know, right?
lights. Another thing I was gonna do when the weed, the weed kind of takeover was coming. When I was working for the post office, I was gonna invest in fucking grow lights,
Oh, yeah.
and I kept telling everyone, "You gotta invest in grow lights because weed's gonna be legal. Everyone's gonna be growing. Look, I never did it.
Yeah. Everything.
Like you guys, like how much does it cost you
Oh.
in lights?
Oh, my God.
You're replacing them every what?
Millions. Every year. Yep. Every year.
And they're like thousands of dollars.
Yep,
in
they're the high pressure sodium ones. They're all the LEDs. I wouldn't even know how much those cost, but like you said, every year they change it. Every year there's a better version.
Exactly. Yeah, different.
It's like the stocks,
sizes.
you know. You buy into it when it's young, and then
I wouldn't have need the podcast.
You would have had your Jamie.
Fuck. I'll get my Jamie.
Yeah.
I got you.
I was gonna
got
say
Ryan.
I could be Jamie.
Your
you know?
wife could be Jamie. You got a kid that wants to come down. Anyone?
They're all good. My young kids are probably the ones who would
have
be
the whole
like tech.
fucking-
Yeah, like
How old are they?
12 and 13.
Jesus.
Those are the ones they teach us about the internet.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
do the same thing. My daughter does the same thing with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely down the line, I gotta do something because
We'll
I
do
want
other things.
camera angles and shit like that here. But how long have we been going? What time?
9:20.
Dude. Well, we talked about it when we first went. I usually, for a show with you.
Yep. long as it's going.
Hour 15, hour and a half. We'll go another, 10 minutes or something like
I'm
that.
spilling beer on myself.
But that's all right. That's what happens. Like when
It's
you're
at-
in here over an
yeah,
hour.
9:20,
You didn't fucking smoke it. That's working too, huh?
Yeah, looks
I
like it.
just put the battery in. So someone made that for me.
I like that brand.
Yeah, someone made
Yep.
that for me. That fucking see how it has Domenico.
Is it your tattoo as well?
You know who, the guy that makes my banners. My man, he had who did it? I can't think of it. But one of the contestants that was on that tattoo show.
Oh. There's a bunch of them out there.
Yeah,
so
but
whatever
the
one it
big
is.
one with Dave Navarro.
Oh yeah. Yep.
She-
fucking I don't know.
Ink
the story.
Masters.
Sure.
So she was a contestant on there. She lasted like
Cool.
a couple of weeks or something like that. Well, anyway, he does a lot of work, banners and stuff for
Mhm.
the tattoo convention. So she was one of his clients, and he's the one that made that. He put me in the Ink magazine right
Oh.
there.
No shit.
Yeah, a local kid, Jared Kelly, wrote that. He interviewed me, wrote it all out.
A nice piece.
Yeah, he did a really good job. So I was in that magazine.
Oh, cool. Because of the tats and stuff.
Yes,
I see it
and
now.
we talked about MMA and stuff like that.
Very
and
cool. Very cool.
Walt is actually hooked me up. She was coming to the Connecticut Convention Center.
She's a Rhode Islander.
No,
No.
she's in New York. She has her own place there.
A lot of good New Yorkers.
And
Right.
she was coming just to Connecticut, and he set me up with her a free tattoo.
That's what's up.
And I went live with it. We went
Oh,
live. It
cool.
took like an hour.
Yep.
So she made that one right there, the
Yep.
the logo of it.
That looks really good.
Yeah, you could tell because it's like a perfect fucking circle.
Yeah.
This egg right here was done by a hack. So
I got a couple of hack ones.
Yeah,
all the shit that I have right now is really from a good girl in Mansfield, Anna, Art and Soul. I can rep her all day. I won't let anyone touch me with a
Nice.
needle after that.
bring it down sometime.
She would be fucking glad to.
Can she tattoo live? No, you can't do that.
No,
It's a
she
health
would
thing.
not be that. So
I'm kidding.
She's a
I
big
don't wanna get you
MMA
shut
fan.
down.
I'm good friends with her and her husband there, and we go to their house and watch fights. And he's like big fan. And I'll get drunk, and at like midnight, I'll be like, "All right, get the guns, let's do it. Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Put
Give
my
him-
initial
check
in
the
my
down.
ass."
Give me that guy's tattoo right there, because all the shit tattoos that we're watching fucking
Yeah,
MMA,
they're
you know?
amazing. They can do it right away too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But she's like, oh yeah, while the cat is sneezing on us, like
we
that
don't
kind of
give a
shit.
fuck.
Yeah, well, I'm
Dude,
drunk. I
I've
don't
been
care. Pour a
through
little
it
beer.
worse.
Oh yeah, I mean, God,
Fucking
tattooing was illegal
swimming
in
in gutters
Massachusetts
at one time.
until about 20 years ago.
I go to the same person except for this one and
Mm.
that one. These were flukes. I was, this one, of course, I did because she's a professional and she was cool and it was free and it was like,
And you're like, what should I do? Oh, how about my logo?
yeah, well, that was the point. We promoted it and stuff like that. That we're gonna go live, so it was really cool for both of us.
That's good for
Yeah.
repping her.
Yeah, when I went live, I got a ton of views and stuff because she had a lot of people tuning in, stuff like that.
That's another cool topic that people will probably be into. You know, tattoos,
Definitely.
weed, fucking MMA.
Fucking
man.
definitely. Fucking
You
all
got the
goes in.
market, man. You got the edge.
Dude, listen, and we could fit like 2 or 3 people in here.
Strippers.
Yeah, the problem is, it's like fucking, camera angles and pressing buttons and shit. But
Yeah, if we got these camos up in the corner, it might have a little.
well,
better...
yeah, see that one up there, that one's up there, and they will. But it's still someone's gonna press that button.
Yep. Yeah, you're the button
The
guy.
button
fam.
presser is a fucking tough
George
job.
Jetson, right?
Let me tell you, because I'd be all over you. Fucking hit fucking seem to.
Like edit that.
Like this one right here. Like as soon as I get that new camera, dude. Like the side profile, fucking look at that.
That's
fucking.
pretty good. I like
But
the
look
I
at
like
that
the
one
Jack
right there,
Skeleton.
man.
I
If
like
I
the
just like
toys.
position it a little bit, it all works out. But this
Little
is
Keith Richards.
fucking
Yep,
awesome.
love it.
I'm really pissed Holly Holmes lost her head though.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened. When she lost the other night. That was a bad decision, though, right?
Yeah. It was well, dude. If you're gonna hold someone against the cage the whole time and not.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't
You're
think
at that
that
level.
decision was going to go that way. I did watch that.
She has had a few fights in the past like that, but she usually strikes a little more. But listen,
She's got that reach.
I don't care either way. I was making memes about it, just the bust balls.
Of course.
I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I love Holly Holmes.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I mean,
I-
these fighters that we make fun of, I would never make fun of
I
their face.
I want not only a fan. I want to date her.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's fucking hot as hell.
r-
So, with that said, did you want to say?
I was just going to say, Pena, the champ these days, Ultimate Fighter, her
Yes.
and news. Yeah, she is a beautiful woman.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember her on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, as a contestant. Yeah.
Yes, and she had some of the girls that she was on the team with. Raquel Pennington was one of them. She's
Another beautiful woman.
Married or something to Teresa Torres, I think.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But we knew
Trisha Torres or something, right?
yeah,
I don't know. I remember
yeah.
seeing them. The
So
recently.
she is.
They're good.
She's a lesbian
Torres is good
woman.
too. Yep.
But she had all the women dress like and get makeup and look
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
just
girls
for
all
like
up.
a couple one segment.
Mhm.
And Raquel Pennington walking in heels was but and you look, oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
like a model.
She is
Model.
model. That's
She's
why they don't
gorgeous.
call it a Venezuelan vixen for no reason.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right.
And she's dangerous too.
Oh, she's so good. So like you said, we watched her on the Ultimate Fighter as a contestant, and she kind of flew under the radar until she started going for those title shots, and then you start going back and looking, like, holy shit, I did watch that.
When she beat Kat Zingano,
Yeah.
I knew she was over the hump there.
Yeah,
She was
yeah,
gonna that girl's fucking.
Couple
for
of
real.
top contenders.
Because when Kat was like just about to. I mean, Kat had a lot of fall through.
Yeah, she had like a down.
A lot of stuff happened to her,
Yeah.
but she was just about to get back on her feet, and fucking, she took her out, like beat her, and that was it. So, and that's what she does. She takes people out and ruins their kind of their
The
stride.
streak. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
If I probably still had to bet against Nunes, I call her Nunes because it's spelled. I always make fun of their names the way it's spelled.
I
It's ridiculous. It's funny. Still wouldn't bet
I
against
said
her.
your name 50 times.
Oh yeah, you had it right though. But
Shahood.
Nunes, Shahood. Two
Tommy
boys.
Shea. We're gonna do Tommy Shea. We
that's
like
a-
Tommy Shea.
I like that. That's like it's a gangster
It's
name.
kind of it is. It's really
it's like
that's gonna be a
from
tag.
from New York.
We'll make a shirt down the line.
Yo,
Down the line.
Yeah.
Tommy Shea.
I like that.
I
I
don't
like that.
start it too. So all right, keep going.
What
Venezuela.
were we saying? Oh yeah,
Hot
just
chicks.
Pena. Yeah, hot chicks. A lot of hot chicks in the UFC. Strong, like title fighters.
Hey, they've upped their game. Well, they were like they're in the spotlight now.
Well, they only brought women to MMA, at least UFC 5 years ago. That's a little behind the times. Dana White.
Look at Khabib. He'll never have.
Oh no, he fucking or
He doesn't have ring. He has no one doing the. Who does the cards? Just a flash. Round 2.
Oh yeah.
Round 2.
Or his fighting, you're saying
And
the
it's in
Eagle Fighting
fucking
League,
Russian.
right? Yeah,
Round 2.
yeah, that's craziness. And that's a hot take these days about being
Dude,
in Russia.
his
you know what I'm saying?
Instagram page, fucking Eagle FC. When you go on there, everything is written in Russian. Like because I do a lot of sharing.
Read the room, guy.
I do a lot of regramming.
Sure.
But when you regram it, like Jorgen was fighting for him, winning, and they would have it in fucking, and I'd regram it like
It'll be all in different
what-
language.
But what he was saying,
Yeah.
like was in, English,
Translated.
but everything else was like,
That's a strange language. That's an aggressive language too.
awesome. Couple of last things. You mentioned Holly Holmes.
Yep.
And the
Okay.
history of that
Yep.
head.
Bringing it back.
So I'm going to grab that head now, and I'm going to let you.
Okay.
and I'm
All right.
So this head right
It's
here,
an intense face.
it's fucking awesome. So,
You just broke it?
no, I didn't. It's just going to open up
Okay.
because it's probably. Oh, I did break it.
Yeah, just right.
Shit.
Broken glass.
Yeah, it's all right. I need to put it in something else, anyways.
Frame is clearly not up to par.
Yeah. Well, it's been up there. I never touch it.
Mhm.
You're gonna see.
Oh damn! Look at that. Careful. That's
maybe,
dangerous.
yeah, I'm all right. My
Sure.
Steve, see, medical loop.
A little bit of blood never hurt no one.
So it is. That's where. So anyway, that head right there. One of the
Like
amateurs.
Al Snow head. Remember that?
Yeah, like this. She took this picture off one of my pictures. She just photocropped it. She put it on a cardboard cutout. She took this head overseas. She took it to Jackson Wink for a training camp. It was an amateur fighter.
Holly Holm?
No,
No.
but Holly Holmes is on here. So she took this to. She went somewhere climbing with her coach. I can't think of where, but they brought this everywhere.
Oh my god.
They took pictures with the locals with it. They had my head everywhere.
That's ridiculous.
It's documented.
Yeah.
Like the pictures people taking head.
Scary picture.
A little girl actually stole the head, and they had to chase her down because they planted it on somewhere to take a
She
picture.
grabbed it.
Someone grabbed it.
That's ridiculous.
So to get back to Holly Holmes, she trained at Jackson Wink for like 6 weeks.
Mhm.
Lived there 6 weeks to 2 months. She took this head with her. Everyone in the gym took a picture with this head.
Wow.
John Jones, Holly Holmes. the
Did I
Karate
see
Hottie.
that?
Yes, you fucking
Yeah,
definitely
I
seen
did
it.
see that.
Because I've posted them there. Every so often I
And
post
I saw
it.
him doing that. I saw him and her doing that.
So, yes. So, and that was for my last page that got shut down. So it's not there
Yeah,
anymore.
right?
But everyone in the gym signed it.
Oh, shit.
John Jones, Diego Sanchez, Carlos
Wow.
Condit, Holly Holmes, Karate
Fucking Hall of
Hottie.
Famers.
That is, and I have the pictures to go along with it.
Yo, that is.
I was going to let you touch it, but I'm not going to, I don't want to cut your finger
I was
off.
going to say, I mean, I don't want to ruin it.
But
you
is
know?
that a fucking awesome
That's
thing?
good. That is
Like-
super cool.
like,
I
what
can
do
see
you-
why it's framed now.
What do I do with this? Like,
I
is
don't
it,
know.
like, this is a massive
Do what you're
fucking
doing
thing.
with it. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna need a new frame now.
It's fucking
Maybe you
yeah,
should.
But you know what I mean? It was, Tommy, new show.
Hey,
We need new things in
new
here.
blood, new blood. Maybe you should put that with the signatures out so people can see the signatures.
Should get rid of this.
Yeah, that seems like a.
I want to put it somewhere else. See it when I'm sober. All right.
I was gonna
there it
say,
is.
forget about
Yeah,
it and
my
fucking
fucking-
slice ourselves. You know, as
fuck
you're wiping
that.
the table off.
I also wanted to bring up something else that I thought it was important, but
What, these school shootings?
I
No,
think
I'm
it
just
might be
kidding.
about the next show. I had a point to make about
Cage
something.
Titans this weekend.
Cage Titans this weekend, and there was a bunch of shit I wanted to go
CES
over.
is gonna be a big
Well,
one.
that-
I'm looking
all right.
forward to that one.
That is something I want to talk about. All right, so you can come in here weekly.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yep.
You're going to be training that Triforce.
Yep.
And then come in after.
Yeah, I can switch my schedule around.
and then
It's
every so
nothing.
often, we mentioned we got fighters in here
Yeah.
and all that.
I'll
other
drag
stuff.
I'll drag
But
these guys from my session to here.
They love
you know?
coming here.
Yeah.
There's weed here.
Yeah, exactly. I'll roll up a joint, say come in my car, then we go.
So we just picked up another dude. Not picked him up. He's been around forever. Jared Kelly's going to be writing some articles, some stuff for the NewEnglandMMA.org. We have Travis and Lars that do the write ups as far as the breakdowns of the fights, the live updates when we're at the fights.
Mhm.
So if
Yep.
people don't buy the stream, they can see whatever.
The clips and stuff.
So you and I talked about on June 17th is Combat FC.
Mhm.
Travis and Lars are going there. And then CES is the same night, June 17th. So I was going to go to CES by myself.
Yep.
So there's no reason why you can't, partner up with me
Yeah, man.
as the Room Podcast.
Yo.
And, I got the new camera rig and we can fuck with that.
I'll do all of it.
and,
I'm just gonna look at my calendar right
stuff
now.
like that.
But
If you can't make it, there's like fucking 3 other
I
content.
want to make it. What's it? June 17th?
It's Friday night.
Yep.
It's gonna be a Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night, June 17th. Let's do it. I got nothing. I think I'm going up to
There you go.
New Hampshire on
So
the
there you go.
18th, and fucking let's do it.
So there you go. And what we also talked about was, as the show gets going, ideas, anything, call-ins. I can't wait to have people call in and we just bust their balls.
Yep.
But the main thing was to get you here, have a neutral party,
Mm-hmm.
someone that can speak his own mind, topics about, life. I'm glad you have kids, wife, smoke mad weed,
Seen some shit.
work at a dispensary. So
All the funny things, right? People love that. People love talking to me about my job.
people want to come down here, fucking hang out.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's make it a cool thing because
All right.
I'm down, man. I wouldn't have reached out if I didn't think it was cool. I wouldn't have showed up if I didn't think it was cool. Many a times in my life, if I had bailed on things last minute because I didn't think it was cool. So here we are, man.
We also talked about, down the line, if you can't make it, type you in, fucking whatever. But,
Sure.
being live is much better.
I like it.
I'm starting to get buzzed now.
Hey.
Start saying
Me too.
shit. Oh, that's what I wanted to say to you. Last thing. So, Tommy, as a single guy, right? So,
Which I am not.
I made the plunge. I know. And I'm, like I said, I'm jealous a little bit. So
3 years married.
I made congratulations. So I made the plunge and went on a dating site.
Oh shit.
So
It's the way to do it these days.
tomorrow I have a date, or just to get together. Have a beer, maybe some chicken tenders, some fries. So
Some weed.
there's a story that's going to go along with this date. I can't say it now because I don't know what's going to happen on Thursday, but there could be some drama
Oh boy.
in here.
In here?
No, with the date.
Oh, okay.
There could be a story I tell next week. So I need people to tune in because this date could go fucking incredibly well. Or it could right off the bat not. If something my mind, my ADHD goes through.
Okay. I'm liking what I'm hearing.
It's an online, I met online.
Which is no different than me and some chick at a bar.
Let's just say it's a small world.
Okay, so
And
someone you know.
And a lot of people know people or are friends with people.
Small circle.
And, maybe someone you dated in the past is friends with someone you might date in the future. And they don't know it yet.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
Okay, so some things might come to light is what you're saying.
and there's no reason why I should say anything if it wasn't a big deal or, but the whole story will come out. I'm not saying I dated someone and I'm going to date someone, but I might say they might know each other in the passing, my passing.
Okay.
But I'm going to say it
bit
could
of-
go great.
A little bit of baggage involved.
But.
Yep.
She's not one.
I like
But
where
I
this is
could
going.
say this. I'm going to say this. I have a mad plan. I already know in my head.
Plans never work.
I know. I've went through scenarios with my coworkers, female
You
coworkers.
set it out to yourself. You
Because
presented it.
I go through this crazy. I'm a fucking not a conspiracy, but I think of the worst that
Sure.
could because
Pessimist.
I got a sign that someone in the past might know there's someone in the future, and I
don't know, man.
I didn't know whether to bring it up now or wait until it was found out and go, oh, that was no big deal.
I think the latter. I think that's what you should do. Play dumb,
Correct.
and then think.
So that was the majority rule.
Yep.
Was to, what
shit.
she don't know and
Yeah.
you don't know won't hurt you.
And
until
then,
it comes
when
up.
it comes to be like, oh,
But it just came up now. So, but
She's listening.
dude, no,
Good.
no, she's older. So fucking
right.
in bed by now.
Yeah,
Fucking
doesn't
9
know the
o'clock,
these
she was
kids on the
out.
internet.
Fucking out. No dose, fucking out. Not no dose,
Couple
fucking
of
Advil
gummies.
PM.
A couple
out.
of gummies.
I hope.
Yeah,
I don't
perfect.
know that
In a
yet.
perfect
She's
world,
supposed
yeah,
to be there.
yeah,
She's gonna be
yeah.
co-hosting
You
with
hope,
us.
yeah. Maybe it'll go better than if it is the gummies. It won't go to the latter.
Being a single guy, I will tell you what goes on, what happened,
Hey.
not in depth, but I will tell you whether it went good or what my scenario came. Because I'll tell you off camera the exact thing.
I want to know all the gory details.
I will tell you the whole deal while we smoke it after
Yep.
camera.
Yep.
I will tell you this whole thing, and you will be like,
I'll be like,
being a
damn.
pot smoker, you might see it my way.
Okay,
Yeah.
definitely then. If
Yeah.
that's the case, then probably,
Dude,
I
it
think
was
you and
funny.
I have a couple of the same opinions
Yeah.
on some fucking things.
My guys and the guys in work, they hear about my shit and they're like,
Yeah.
they were like, dude, and they were like, They were like, you got to tell her. And I was like, all right, I'll tell her. And I go back and I drive by. You can't tell her.
Yeah, right.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, think about it for a little while, and you're like, actually, never mind.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right. So with that said, brother, we got to smoke some weed, and you got to get out of here and stuff
Hey,
like that.
I never
gotta
do,
get out of
really.
here.
I mean, shit, you
I
know.
know. But yeah, Joe Rogan next week. We'll do a 3-hour podcast next week.
I'm down.
Bring a fan. Bring a fan. Bring anyone you want down here.
Yeah, I mean,
I
think there'll be a lot of
it's
fans.
Wednesday. You'll be training. Someone wants to come down.
Yeah. And then after I train, I'm pretty fired up. You know what I'm saying? So I show you some moves that I learned that night.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
all I need.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking I need.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't mind that.
It's fun. It's all in love. You know, it's the same with class. You
I
know,
understand.
fucking Dave Jones, Friday nights, beat downs, you know, doing this because I love you.
I love Dave Jones. I should just show up.
He's a stud.
I was gonna buy get the 10 class thing and just show up randomly once
you don't
a week.
have a membership and shit.
I did.
Yeah. But
And
no,
then before COVID,
yeah.
it wasn't COVID that did it. I just I stopped going because my schedule
Sure.
I couldn't make it there.
Yeah. It's not
And then
cheap.
COVID jumped in. But I did talk to a guy there, Anise, about it, and I was
calm,
like,
dude. Calm, dude.
I was like, Anise, I'll just buy a few lessons, I'll buy a couple of privates off you to get me back in.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, I got a bad shoulder, some arthritis in it. But I know I'm not going to be rolling with fucking Dion and fucking shit like that.
No, fucking Shane and shit.
Yeah, when I was rolling with blue belts and low level purple belts, and I was dying, but I was I was.
Guys like us fucking die in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
I've never sweat so much more. The sweat that I sweat out in there comes from my fucking soul.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's a different smell. It's a different everything. Because when I'm lifting weights, I've lifted weights for fucking ever. I don't really sweat like a madman.
Yeah.
There, holy shit.
Dude, the fucking, the warm up.
Yeah.
Dude, the last time I went, and it was so funny because, the end of class, I was like, Dan Cormier that night was like, he was my instructor.
Stretches my fucking limbs.
And I was doing good. I tapped this kid out. That was fucking, and
maintaining good control and shit, good
I
talk
was
control.
Doing all right. And I was like, made it through a whole class, like rolling with fucking purple belts and stuff. Like they were a little gentle, but still,
of course,
they let me struggle a lot. And I was
You're
like,
a white belt.
I was fucking Like, we'll talk about my past and train because I trained a lot like street jiu-jitsu and JKD and stuff like that, but never. Getting on the mats, I was like out of breath in like a minute and a half. Fuck, yeah.
Once you go grappling, it's a whole different animal. If you're used to striking and shit, once you fucking grapple, forget it.
Forget it. Yeah. I was doing like the training with the JKD. Like, we do jiu-jitsu, but they were like fucking cheating jiu-jitsu. Like I fucking grab your balls if you fucking, you know what I mean? Like
it's kind of like Krav Maga.
Just to get the fuck anything out of there.
Eye pokes and shit.
Fucking, I remember that last class I went to, and I was like, Dan, I was like. And I fucking I even took like an after class kind of like wrong. I was like, oh, I fucking. It was the best I felt. I got over like one plateau.
Oh yeah.
And then something happened. I didn't go back my job or something like that. But I remember that feeling of actually, and that was just like the first plateau. There's millions of them.
Once you get a second wind, I swear to God, when I'm exhausted walking into the place. That's when I want to stay the latest. If I'm going in there after work and I'm feeling good, I'm feeling energized, then that's when I gas out. If I'm already kind of smoked when I'm going in there, oh shit, I'm fucking tired as I'm going in there. You get that second, third wind.
Yeah, because you're not spazzing out.
Nope. When you're you're exhausted, tired, that's when the techniques come out. That's why a lot of the women in the class have such good technique because we're just muscling them, getting on top, fucking hammering them. They have to really focus on their technique to get out of it. They have to really get their knees in there. It's a crazy fucking situation.
So we'll talk all about that shit, man. I'm definitely going to
go. Good. I want you to come. Come with me. Come with me. I go there all the time.
Definitely come down.
Yes.
Dude, you're going to get me out of my cocoon here.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you right there.
And you're going to get me out of mine with this shit. This is going to fucking step my game up. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, my man. Last thing before I tell you the whole story about the fucking date tomorrow night, if it's still going on.
You never know. She might be listening. Then you're fucked.
Like I said, she's in bed. Dude, if I wasn't doing this podcast, I'd be.
Her friend's like, turn on YouTube now.
That fucking friend.
Yeah, it's always the one who's awake.
Man,
yeah, exactly.
Friend. All right, last thing, man. We're gonna be back next week.
Yep.
Anything you want to say before I let you go?
No, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks for fucking putting that ad out there. Thanks for accepting my message. That's about it. Because you could have fucking ignored it. You could have done nothing, and I would have been just sitting at jiu-jitsu, going home right now, fucking drinking beer.
Dude, I felt the vibe. As soon as
Me
you
too.
said it, like fucking said something, like
Yep.
you messaged me.
Hey.
Like I said, I talked to like 6 or 7 fighters
Yep.
that were into some guys that I didn't even know.
Yep.
Like not even fighters, like
Yep.
just dudes that were like,
Sure.
"Oh, I love MMA.
Mhm.
You know, I think I would," and they probably would be cool
Sure.
coming down, having a beer and shit like that. But when you talked to me, you spoke about, you train and jiu-jitsu,
I was straightforward with you. Told you
Yeah.
my spiel.
you've known, MMA, you
Yep.
brought up like old and you're a fan of local shit,
Yep.
and you trained at Triforce,
Yep.
and then like you didn't train MMA, and that was like one of the big things.
Yeah, I could see
I
why you
didn't
wouldn't
want
want a
that.
fighter, because they're gonna
Yeah.
be promoting their shit, and
Yeah, especially if they have a fighter. You're my
Yep.
co-host now. You have a fighter. I have to talk shit.
Yep.
I want to
Never-
talk shit about both of you.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Neutral parties.
I want to like
Yep.
just dissect.
That's
you both.
what I'm like with politics too. Neutral. I don't follow any side. You know what I mean? I follow my own side, and
Yeah.
I give you my opinion and my take on both sides.
I just watch like from the sidelines. I go,
Yeah.
"All right,
Sure. I'm a commentator.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, I enjoy
I'm
it.
done being a hero, man.
Nope, I can talk. I fucking like we're talking about ADD, diarrhea out of the mouth. It'll just come. Just go. You know what I mean? The talking's the easy part.
We'll fucking we'll learn more on each other's
Absolutely,
stuff. I'll
man.
stop stuttering and shit like that.
I'm a
but-
stutterer too.
Fuck, man. All right, so with that said, dude.
Cheers, brother.
Man. Look at, does that come across the table? Yes, right there. my
Cheers.
man. Look at
Cheers,
that.
everyone watching.
And last thing, we do need if you want to be a Jamie, come here. I got the little pad for you. All you have to do is press it.
Yep.
You have a hard time there, you're going through convulsions. I'll just come over to the side. I'll take over for you a second.
Yeah.
Go into video.
A couple of
commercial.
for
Commercial time.
if the edibles are fucking hitting you too hard, we'll step in because there's gonna be that.
That's what my 2 partners,
Oh,
fucking Travis and Laz, are like
Before
fucking.
we end,
dude, the
I
show's
wanted to
fucking.
I wanted to bring you something. I got a treat for you. What flavor of gummies do you prefer?
Is there THC in that?
Oh yeah, these are fucking fire. Do you like wild berry or do you like sour apple?
Always gonna go with sour apple,
go.
man.
There you go. Matter is my brand right there. About 100 milligrams of THC right there, maybe a little less. About 5 milligrams per gummy.
All right, so I just need one because I'm gonna take one tonight.
Yep, 5 milligrams per gummy. You'll be
Well,
fine.
listen, what I'm gonna tell you, this is gonna be as far as I'm gonna leave this in the podcast room because this is gonna be the gummy,
There'll be more of that.
the gummy podcast.
Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be the name.
So should I take 1 or 2?
What's your normal dose?
Fucking
Edibles.
somebody
5,
gave me
10?
2 fucking Rice Krispie treats
Uh-huh.
and I ate a whole one and it hit me like 4 hours later, but
Just take like 1 or 2. Yeah, that's probably like 10 milligrams.
not even a thought. 1 or 2.
Yeah, exactly. I'll eat the whole thing.
Ma'am, I thank you.
You're welcome.
With that said, we're gonna go smoke pot.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you all about my date tomorrow,
Yeah, can't wait.
and that's about it. So with that said, Tommy Shea,
That's right. Appreciate you, man.
my new podcast,
Right.
host Ray, Your Room Podcast. A lot of shit will be changing. We'll be adding shit. Got a Jamie in the corner. We'll have pot smoke offs,
Yeah, we'll try to get high
like
as fuck.
companions, all that shit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it.
So with that said, be out of here.